You know what, it's not what we're going to do, it's what we have already done.
Okay.
We've already established fantastic partnerships with businesses. I can cite a few examples for you, including Hampton Mall, which, as you realize, is currently to be developed very soon. We worked with Pastor Mack, the owners of the hotels in that area, to make sure that we were able, for example, to clean up human trafficking and prostitution, and to make sure that the area was ready for investment. We can think of the case of Mary Hopkins Navy, a very prominent member of our community who owns 7 McDonald's stores. He said to us, you know what, she had so many robberies before we came into office that she was ready to leave the county. We met with her team, figured out how we could work to really eradicate some of that crime, and she says we are the only reason that she's still in Prince George's County is because she has been able to enjoy the partnership, not only with our prosecutors, but with this police department, the sheriff's department. So we really do already have a team in place that values business and understands that investment only comes when public safety is strong and education is strong, and we'll continue to make sure that we employ the right strategies so that business is succeeding.
I'm sorry.
Why the Roundtable?
The Roundtable is yet another partnership. All of this happens through partnerships. We succeed when we continue to communicate, when we collaborate. And these businesses who are here today are very important investors in Prince George's County who help contribute to the commercial tax base that pays for many of the things that are important to Prince George. And these relationships are especially important. And coming here to communicate about the great things that we have done in this county is very important to us. So one of the things that we must focus on going forward is continuing to invest in education. From my perspective, education is the great thing. It not only empowers our children to be successful, but once we really invest in education and see our test scores rise and see our children succeeding, then all other ships rise after that. Property values, investment in business. So we have to focus on not only how do we invest in our children, but how do we invest in their families? How do we contribute to allowing parents to be more engaged and be successful by their involvement in their children's education? So education is and has to be the great priority of the days moving forward. What do we do to ensure that every child has an opportunity to succeed?
Last question. Prince George's is on a national map now, maybe even a global map. What are some of the things that you see that will help ensure that we continue to grow that trajectory?
So of course, again, I don't think there's any way to overstate the value of education.
Right.
And so we continue the investments we've made in education. We also have to continue the investments we've made in public safety that have really yielded great results. There are concerns around transportation. What do we do even as we continue to build and develop Prince George's County? What do we do to make sure we're making the proper investments in infrastructure? What do we do to make sure that we're beautifying neighborhoods so that the people who are here, so that our residents and citizens can see the fruits of the government's labor? They want to know that government services will be provided, that the leadership will be effective. So these are the kinds of investments that we have to continue to make.
Well, firstly, we have a great relationship between the police department as an institution and the Roundtable as an institution. The Roundtable represents the interests of business in Prince George's County, and we as an institution have a real investment in ensuring that we're creating an environment that allows business to grow and thrive. And we partner with everybody represented here. So I'm always available to the Roundtable, and I make a point of coming and providing direct information about where we are and listening to concerns they have, answering those concerns, and then where we need to, providing them with resources to solve problems.
Tell us about Smart Water.
Smart Water is one of our 21st century platform planks as we move forward and become a more progressive and effective department and a more sophisticated department. We need to find ways to use technology so that our officers are working smarter and not harder. You can't always prevent everything by virtue of the fact that we have, and it is one of the largest departments in the country, but still there's 1 million men and women in Prince George's County. It's 500 square miles. What Smart Water is two things. It's a substrate that has a unique chemical signature. What you do is you apply that to anything, your smartphone, jewelry, television, your car, your rims, anything at all, quite literally. And it dries, and it remains for at least 5 years and longer as a silent and invisible witness The issue with property crime, so I'm clear, is that the hazard for the person who's committing a property crime is in the taking and carrying away. And if they successfully take and carry it away, then the chances of them being identified are very small. People don't keep serial numbers. A lot of electronics today are viewed as disposable. If it breaks, I'll buy another. It's not always the way it used to be. We had serial numbers and people kept track of it. What Smartwater does is it's very simple. It allows people to go through, mark all their property, and then when that individual is apprehended with that item, we can trace that item back to the person who owns it using Smartwater, that unique chemical signature. And we can give that property back to its rightful owner. But it also helps us to illustrate to the rest of the criminal justice system, the prosecutors and the judges and everybody else, that this person isn't just responsible for stealing one thing. They're responsible for stealing lots of things. They're victimizing dozens of people. And that allows us to make better cases and hold those people accountable for their crimes, and then ultimately remove them from our community so that we have a vibrant economy, that our insurance rates don't rise because of property crimes, and that people feel safe in their homes.
Chief, there are some other things that are really, really great news in terms of Prince George's County and violent crime. Can you talk to us a little bit about how some of those things are in much better standing now than they were maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago?
Well, I'll speak specifically about the last 7 years. 7 years in a row, crime has been reduced in stair steps in Prince George's County, including 2016. As we stand here in 2017, we're essentially flat. If you think of it this way, back in 2010, there were 103 crimes per day reported in Prince George's County every day of the year. Last year, that number was 48. And right now, we're in that same range, and we're working to further reduce that. But that's why we're using Smartwater. That's why we're using Nextdoor to connect with our community. That's why we're partnering with Crime Solvers. That's why we're doing outreach to get into the Back to Business Roundtable and spreading this message, and then looking for opportunities to provide resources, to hear concerns, and to do what we do best, and that's prevent crime, not address it once it's happened.
Turning around the direction of economic development. And when we first came into office, economic development was really at a standstill, and we were in the midst of a great recession. We'd just come out of the Johnson administration scandal, so we had to turn around our ethical picture, and we had to turn around the momentum of economic development. And I believe we've done that. In partnership with the county executive and with the private sector, from MGM National Harbor to the Regional Medical Center to other major projects all throughout the county. We now have momentum as an economic destination in the region, and I think that's probably our biggest accomplishment. But we're not done yet.
Right.
We have a ways to go. We want to continue to build real industry in the county, healthcare and life sciences, information technology, business services. We have a great deal of opportunity right here in our region, and we want to be the leader when it comes to economic empowerment, particularly of our small minority and women businesses.
What's special about the Roundtable today?
The Roundtable has, for a long time, been the place where the business community, particularly the development community, comes together to talk about the issues that are affecting economic opportunity in the county. And it's a place where we have a sounding board, hearing directly from those who are developing the county, so that we as policymakers can make smarter decisions. And the Roundtable has for a long time been that resource for elected officials and public officials to make better decisions about economic prosperity in the county. And that's really the Roundtable's purpose and really its positive vision.
What's your message to the Roundtable today?
My message is that despite the FBI headquarters not being on the table anymore, we are still moving forward full steam ahead with economic opportunity, economic inclusion, and empowerment. We have great prosperity that's still on the way to Prince George's County. I want to encourage them to continue to send that good message out about doing business in the county, because we are open for business, and more than open for business, we're pushing business to the forefront here in the region as well as around the world.